All right, folks, this is some of the stuff we're dealing with. Lots of tree limbs down, as you can see. Hoping these don't come down on me. Gotta get this one out of the road. All right, folks. Figure it's a good night to make some beef stew since it's cold, balls cold out there. So I'm gonna have a little Bud Light Sláinte to heat me up a little bit. So I'm gonna be using some onion, some carrots. When I went to the grocery the other day, they only had the loose carrots like that with the tops on them. I'm gonna trim them off there for like $2.49, of course. Celery. I fed a couple of stalks of that celery to the llamas because it's hard for them to get to the food with everything iced over. And we're gonna have some potatoes, of course. And a few other ingredients. So yeah. Sorry, I got the lights down because the power is limited, the generator power. Join us. Ciao, y'all. Now today. All right, folks. The meat man that stopped by a day or two ago now brought me this stew meat, so we're gonna go ahead and use this stew meat. And it's a good, that's a good, pound and a half or so of stew meat. It's gonna make a lot of stew, maybe 2 pounds. Pretty good sized package. My hand there. So let's go ahead and get ready to brown this off. Oh yeah, folks. All right, put a little corn oil in here. We're doing something like stew. I don't like to use any kind of olive oil and stuff. Corn oil. You can use vegetable oil, but I like corn oil. Now, when you're putting a whole bunch of meat in a hot pan, be very careful. It's going to splash up on you. So these things go slowly going in. You see it sparking up there, popping. All right. Now that I got the salt and pepper in there, we're going to add in the. We're actually going to stir this a little bit. See that bottom there, we'll get a nice little char on it. That's what we're looking for right there. Break this up. Don't stir it too much. Just want to break the meat up. Let it get that little sear on it. Little char. Alright, folks, for whatever reason my phone did not record the part I was trying to show you there, but you want to get a nice little sear. It's going to steam some, so just let it sit there, let the steam come off, get that little char on it. Then we'll toss it. Don't stir it around a lot to start with. And I put salt, pepper, garlic, and a little Italian seasoning, and that's it in there. Alright, so we got our meat browned up there good. We're going to start throwing in our mirepoix here. Onions, celery, and carrots. If you make a really fancy version of this, you take the meat off, get it nice and brown, take it off. Do your vegetables. We're making just a home style version. Super easy and simple. One pot meal. And it's going to taste delicious when we're done there. So we're going to sweat this stuff for about 5 minutes here. We'll start adding our next ingredient. You see how messy that made? That splashed up all over my stove there. And that meat. Right, folks, that's smelling delicious. That smells good. That's an important step. A lot of people just throw everything into a pot and throw some water on it and let it go, and you don't get all the flavor profile you're looking for. You gotta sweat all these things, get all the flavor out of them, intensify it, Smelling delicious. Next thing we're gonna add in here is gonna be some tomato paste. We'll go a little bit longer here. A little caramelization going on these vegetables here. I almost forgot this part. We gotta throw the potatoes in there. There we go. There we go. Then we'll get our tomato paste open up. Alright, there we go. We got us some nice can of tomato paste in there. Alright, so my daughter got me this, I got my Mrs. Chef, my wife here, this New Orleans Red Blend. And we're going to drink some, but we're going to try some right here in this dish. Put about a half a cup or so in there. There we go. A good beef stew to me always has to have a little bit of red wine in there. That smells good. That wine off in there, the tomato. Now we're going to add some water in here.
CarShield is America's #1 auto protection company.
I like using bottled water because I like it to be good water, spring water.
From 5,000 to 150,000 miles. When I bought my used car,
Yeah, I can stir all that up, break up all that tomato paste in there evenly. I'll show you what we're going to do next.
I've been a CarShield for
All right, next thing in here, a couple of bouillons of caldo de pollo. Chicken cubes.
let's see it.
And of course, we're making a nice stew. Throw you some bay leaves off in there. Throw about 4 bay leaves in there. Now what we're gonna do is let this go in about a medium heat for about an hour. Let it it'll reduce down about 1 inch or so in the pot. Intensify all them flavors. Then we'll check it for seasoning and we'll add whatever seasons we need to add at that point. Oh yeah, that is looking and smelling delicious. Perfect for a cold day.
Order now and save big with 50% off all Nutrisystem.